guys, it's me, Catherine. It is so nice to see your beautiful faces. I was feeling up to doing a little video today. I'm still feeling pretty woozy and out of it from a lot of the medications I'm on, but I'm not actually having any seizures right this minute. However, if I do have one during the video, don't freak out. Okay, nobody call 911. I'll be fine. I might just kind of space off for a little bit or look like I disappeared or something, so nobody freak out. But I wanted to do a little video today because number one, I miss doing them. And number two, because I wanted to talk about my favorite 3-step anti-aging regimen, especially in the last few months, because I've been put on a ton of medications lately for my medical issues, which I'll tell you more about another time. But basically, a lot of these medications have been making me really, really puffy. I don't know if you can tell that. And they've been making me have a lot of water weight gain and a lot of bloating. And so I've been using 3 things to get rid of that. And there's lots of stuff that helps. But the 3 things that I have found to be the most useful are the Microderm Peel, the ozone tool, and our black peel off mask. Those 3 things together seem to do magic. So I want to show you guys those things today. So the Microderm Peel, if you are not familiar with it, is this guy right here. It looks just like this. Comes in this beautiful box. And you actually put it on in the shower, believe it or not, because the enzymes in it are actually activated. Oh, I'm dropping things on myself. Are actually activated by the steam and the heat in the shower. So it's super easy. You literally just apply it right in the shower and you only have to let it sit on there for 5 minutes. That's it. So what's in here is about a blend of, right around a 30% glycolic and lactic blend. Those are big fancy words for most of you guys. You probably don't even know what that means. But what that basically means is that they're fruit acids and fruit enzymes. And they break down the dead skin that's sitting on the surface of your face. So for those of you guys that don't want to hear the technology terms, all that means is that it's going to break down the dead stuff, so it's going to leave your skin bright. It's going to leave it all even. It'll get rid of the dullness in your skin. It'll even out the skin tone. It helps with blackheads. It helps with whiteheads, which you can see I've got a little one right here by the corner of my eye, so I'm going to put a little bit right there. Some of my medications have also been keeping me really, really sleepy, so I've been a little bit neglectful of my skincare regimen. I know, I'm too super OCD about my skincare, but y'all, I have been so sick, so sick that I've actually even been neglecting my own skin. So you literally just apply this stuff in the shower. You let it sit for 5 minutes, maybe even a little bit less. It tingles a little bit when it goes on. And then what else is in here is quartz crystals. And these little quartz crystals are diamond cut, so they're actually going to dig down much deeper than like an exfoliating scrub. So they're not like a grape seed or a rounded bead or a micro bead or anything like that. They're little quartz crystals. So they're going to go really deep into the skin to really slough off those layers. So they're going to help with lines, wrinkles, sagging skin. It helps to increase the cellular production. It increases the cellular turnover rate. So you're going to help with the anti-aging process in so many ways. This is what I call the bread and butter part of your skincare regimen. Of all the things you can be doing, moisturizing, cleansing, masks, anything like that, peptides, anything you can think of in your skincare regimen, this is the number 1 piece. Cellular turnover. There's nothing more important than cellular turnover. If you have one thing on a desert island that you need to bring with you, it's going to be something that speeds up cellular turnover. Cellular turnover, okay? You remember that forever. And my favorite thing is this because it combines so many different types of cellular turnover in one product. I'm gonna let this sit for just a couple minutes, and while I do that, I'm gonna give you a little bit of background information on this. Years ago, we used to have 2 products that were called our resurfacing peel, and it came in a little jar, and our microdermabrasion, and it came in a little jar. They were fantastic products. I loved them. but you did have to wait 20 minutes for that peel to work before you applied the microdermabrasion. I loved them. However, the general public didn't want to wait 20 minutes for that peel to work. So people were stashing these things underneath their cabinets, right? And they weren't using them. Because, you know, busy moms, busy Americans on the go. So a few years back, Beauty Control actually combined those two products into one and made this guy. They made it that much more powerful, so you don't have to wait those 20 minutes anymore, only 5, and you can do it right in the shower. That's how cool they made it. And to top it off, hold on, I'm gonna grab one more thing. You're not gonna believe this. To top it off, they even came out with a waterproof skincare tool to come with it. So not only is the product used in the shower, you put it right in the shower, but the brush that goes with it is a waterproof tool. It's battery operated. See that there? It has bristles that are super, super firm. They're nylon, so they don't harbor bacteria, and they're designed to work with the coarse crystals that are in here, okay? So all you do is let it sit for a few minutes. You wash your hair, you shave your legs, whatever the heck you're doing. Men, I see there's a couple of you on here too. David, I see you. Hello. Cynthia, hi. Pam, hey Carly. Happy 2nd birthday to your baby girl. I saw her birthday the other day. So all you do is just start whisking this around, especially maybe in those little blackhead areas, up in the chin, up in the cheeks. Never neglect your neck. Don't you hate when you see those celebrities that have those really, really young looking faces, right? But they never get their neck done, so they have those like turkey gobble necks, but those really young faces, it cracks me up, right? Who is that one off that soap opera show? She's super, super famous. I cannot remember her name. I'm having a brain fart, which, by the way, is also part of what's going on with my brain right now. I have what they call a sclerosis of the, oh gosh, here goes my medical jargon mumble jumble. Something about scarring in the memory part of my brain. It's what's causing my seizures, and it's also affecting my memory. Susan, somebody help me. Susan, somebody other. Anyways, she's had all this work done on her face, right? But it's like she doesn't take care of her neck skin at all. So she has this like super old wrinkly neck, but this really young face. So anyways, long story short, don't forget your neck. So you just whisk this baby around. And like I said, you can keep this in your shower too. And actually the cool thing is not only can you keep it in your shower to use with this, but you can actually also use it with your cleanser too. Hey, Jarek. How are you, man? Don't laugh at me. I am a ginger, so without makeup on, I do look a little bit like an albino. If you guys have ever seen a redhead without makeup, you know that. We were not blessed with pigment. That's what makes us redheads. We have no pigment, okay? All right. So we just whisk this baby around, and all of this dead skin, you can actually, if I get close enough to the camera, you can probably see it kind of flaking off. I don't know if you can see that skin kind of flaking off, these little pieces. It's tiny, tiny molecules, so it's actually really hard to see unless you were able to get a really, really close zoom. And I don't think my iPhone is good enough for that. You would have to have a really, really good camera. But you can actually, if you look close enough, you can actually see tiny, tiny pieces of skin that'll start to flake off. Okay, so now that we've done that, I'm going to go ahead and shut this video off. And I'm going to go rinse this off. So rejoin me in about 2 minutes, and I'm going to show you the results. Or actually, you know what? I think I'll go ahead and I'll keep the video on for you guys. So I'm going to disappear for a couple minutes. I'll keep the video on. I'll rinse it off, and then I'll come right back and show you my results, okay? All right. I'll see you guys in about 1 to 2 minutes. I'm just going to run into the bathroom. I'll be back in just a minute. I'm back. Okay, so let me see if I can get you a nice view. Hey, Steph, Morgan, Kathy, Vicky, hi, how are you? So if you're just joining us, you guys, I was just talking about how I was feeling a little bit better today, and as far as I know, I haven't had any seizures today. But I was feeling really dumpy. My skin looks really, really bad from all the medications I've been on. I'm really bloated and I've been breaking out. They've got me on 4 different anti-seizure meds right now, among some other stuff, to try to combat the side effects from the anti-seizure meds. And so I have come up with a 3-step regimen that combats a lot of that. And that is the Microderm Peel, the Ozone Tool, and the Black Peel Off Mask. Those 3 things seem to like totally overhaul my skin. So I wanted to show you guys those. So I just did the Microderm Peel, so I'm going to try to pull this away from my face so you guys can see this. I did just this side and this side only. So if you can kind of see how this side is a little bit more flappy. And this side, when I smile, you might even be able to tell it looks tighter, it looks smoother. And you can tell that this side's a lot smoother on the skin itself. You can see there's a lot less of the blackheads on the nose. Everything looks smoother and tighter, and over here you can see a lot more of the unevenness on the skin tone. My nose has a lot more blackheads. You can see a lot more of the redness. You can actually even see a little bit more like whiteheads even. My eyes even look a little bit darker down through here. That's also a side effect of the medication as well. You can even see where like a fat roll's kind of coming down right here. Whereas this side it is not. Do you see that? Do you see how I don't have that line on this side, but I do here? And do you see how this is completely lifted? You see how this is lifted on this side? And this one looks like it's droopy. Can you guys see that? Even my eye is lifted over here. That's just from the Microderm Peel alone. Now, this product is $64, and it's about 7 months worth of Microderm and peels. If you come into my salon, you can get them done too, peels and Microderms. I love doing them, but honestly, guys, I'm out of work right now. I can't even service for you right now. I literally can't even take clients. Normally, peels and Microderms, you get them done in most places, they'll run you anywhere from about $50 to $100 a piece in most shops and spas. So this is an incredible deal to have this in your shower to do at any point in time. You can do it about once to twice a week. And it comes with its own tool that is $29. But there is actually a really big special going on with this tool right now. Now, I can't actually formally announce it live on Facebook right now, but I will announce it in my private group. So if you would like to be added to that private group, just comment here on this video and I'll add you to the private group, because it's like the deal of a lifetime. It's just that I'm not allowed to announce it like publicly right now. It would be against, you know, corporate and that kind of thing. So believe me, it's something you'll want to hear about, though. Believe me, it involves this tool for a really good deal. So if you want to know about it, just comment on the post. Just say, add me to your private group. And then if you just want to, you know, unadd yourself, that's fine. But at least you can find out about the deal. So this is what we've done with just the Microderm Peel. I wish you could feel it. I wish you could just feel the difference in my skin. It's so bumpy over here and so bloated, and this side is so smooth and tight. So what I'm gonna do now is just a little bit of my favorite ozone treatment. So this is the ozone tool. I know you guys have seen this because this is like my favorite baby in the entire world. Next to my own child and then maybe my fur babies. This one comes next. And this is the best thing ever because this is a high frequency wand that emits ozone. So I'm just gonna go ahead and get started while I tell you a little bit about it. Y'alls, did I also mention that all the drugs I'm on make me really clumsy and I throw things a lot? This is why you don't want me doing your hair or your facials right now. I am a hot mess. I am sick and I'm on a lot of drugs. Okay, back to this ozone tool. Here we go. So while they are working on all of my medical diagnosing and all that fun stuff, I just decided I'm gonna do a few little fun videos just to keep myself entertained. And like I said, if I do something crazy, like, you know, fall over or look like I space out for a minute, don't freak out. They're just seizures. They're harmless, I promise. So no worries, okay? So just wanted to warn you. But like I was telling everybody, a lot of the medications they have me on are making me really, really bloated and making me gain a lot of water weight, and I look terrible for it. So I came up with a 3-step regimen that gets rid of most of that. So if I have to go out like I did Saturday night to meet somebody's customer to try to look good, this is what I do to try to make myself look like I haven't been sick in bed for 3 months. So this right here is high frequency wave that's emitting oxygen into my skin. So what this is gonna do is it's number one gonna kill bacteria, which is great because I have this lovely little pimple right there, right? It's like in the toughest spot. So I just go right in here, wah, wah, and kill that darn bacteria, right? And it also gets rid of any inflammation. So most of us have inflammation in our skin for one reason or another. Sometimes it's caused by allergies, sometimes it's caused by foods, sometimes it's caused by lack of sleep, sometimes it's just there by nature. Acne can cause it, rosacea can cause it, medications can cause it, lots of things can cause it. Almost everybody gets some puffy and darkness right in this region here. Almost everybody gets puffy and dark right here. So if I go in and I take this wand right in this area here, within about 30 seconds, you should see an immediate difference from one side to the other. You should see that my skin will be tighter, lifted, and brighter here. My eyes will be less dark on this side. My skin will be tighter. My cheek will be more defined. You'll see this nice contouring that'll happen in here. And you'll see a nice lifting. I also love to use it in that jaw, because you know how you get that double chin? Yikes. Like, okay, especially when you get fat, but also as we get older, right? Things start to kind of sink a little bit. Yeah. Hey, Michelle. Michelle Lauritsen, who just joined, she's my lovely assistant. So anytime you get like beautiful emails or confirmation calls and all that fun stuff, she does all of that for me. She's my right-hand girl, and she's been like the best thing ever, especially getting to me for all the sickness and everything. I don't know what I'd do without her. Thank you, Michelle. I love you so much. Michelle, I was feeling a little better today, so I decided to do a video. So we're ozoning right now. We're talking about the 3 things that I do to make myself not look like I've been sick in bed for 3 months. So this is what we're doing right now, is the ozone. And we just did the Microderm on half the face. And I was just telling everybody about the enormous special that I think you probably already know about. But since it doesn't technically come out until tomorrow, I cannot announce that special publicly. But if you go to my private page, and like I said, all you gotta do is comment on below saying, add me to your private VIP page, I'll tell you about the special. So, we're just gonna go in here, we're gonna get rid of the double chin. La 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 la. And this doesn't hurt you guys, it's actually just a high frequency wave. It actually feels like, I don't even know how to explain it. It doesn't really have much feeling at all. It actually just has like a little bit of like a little zip to it almost. Todd, are you there? Can you hear me? Todd loves this tool. Todd, can you tell them a little bit about it? Or anybody else? Steph Beckett? Somebody talk to me about this tool. My brain is on overload on medications right now, so I don't think I'm at my best right this minute. So somebody else, if you could join in and help me out. This also helps with increasing the collagen production in the skin, the elastin production in the skin. It'll get rid of those lines that we get right here. It'll get rid of the crow's feet. It'll get rid of the under eye dark circles and puffiness. It'll help eliminate the lines on the forehead. It'll lift and tighten the skin and give you a nice facelift. It'll get rid of the puffiness in the skin. It'll kill bacteria. It helps with acne. It helps with rosacea. It helps with eczema. If you get like any type of dermatitis, any psoriasis or any type of irritation, if you have little ones like babies or toddlers or even little kids that have a tendency to get you know, just whatever types of weird dermatitis the kids just tend to get, it works great because it doesn't have any chemicals in it. It's harmless. There's nothing in it that can irritate a little kid's skin whatsoever, and it doesn't hurt at all. In fact, there's different settings on it, all the way from 1, which is just barely anything, all the way up to the most powerful. So I've used it on my child since he was 2. You can get these treatments done in a salon and spa. They've been around for about 30 years. They're typically about $100 a treatment, but most people don't bother. They just usually keep one in their homes because they came out on the market about 4 years ago for at-home use. And they're completely harmless. You cannot harm yourself with this. Okay, so now that we've done that, that's step number 2. So I've depuffed my face, I've smoothed it out. Okay, let's see how we look. Ready? Oh, that's much better. Okay, let me see if I can get some better lighting here. There we go. Okay, so I have done the Microderm Peel on half my face, and I did the ozone tool on half my face. So what you should see is a lot of different things. You're gonna notice this eyebrow is way higher than this one. You're gonna notice that this area here is so much smoother. Let me zoom in a little bit. So much smoother and so much less puffy. Do you see this puffiness and these lines over here? Look at my nose. Do you see that little nasty little blackhead or whitehead or God knows what that is over there? You see all that? And then look at this side. See how smooth that is? You see how this is nice and bright here? The darkness is gone. This side looks kind of dark and sunken in. And then if I show you down here, you're going to notice how this looks nice and lifted. And over here, you're going to see how this looks kind of sunken, and you'll see this line. You also notice I've been getting some breakouts in my chin area. That's also a side effect of a couple of the medications they have me on. And so over here, you notice that they look a lot less. They look a lot more brightened and not nearly as red as inflamed. That's also from the ozone tool. It got rid of a lot of the redness and inflammation. And over here, they're just a lot more puffy. They're a lot more prominent. You can see a lot more of them. And then my favorite is the jawline. That's my favorite right here. I got this big fat right here, like I got this big fat cheek. So I'm going to show you a profile shot here. You see my double chin? See that? I'm literally showing you guys my breakouts and my acne. Like, how high on anti-seizure meds am I that I'm actually willing to show this on Facebook right now? What is wrong with me? Okay, look at this. Now, check out the other side. You see how this side looks contoured and tight? Can you see that? That's the ozone tool that did that. It lifted everything up, it smoothed it out, it tightened it, pulled it all up. So it's basically a facelift wand. It lifts everything up, it tightens it. It also gets rid of the inflammation. It makes everything look thinner, tighter, skinnier. It's like taking pounds off your face, right? But with a little wand. It gets rid of the darkness, the puffiness around the eyes. And also, I always call it a nose job wand too, because a lot of people get inflammation in their nose. And when that happens, it makes your nose look broader. So when you can get rid of that, it also makes your nose look thinner and skinnier, so you don't get that broadness through your nose. It's actually really funny. I can show you some of my befores and afters, and it's really interesting to see how their nose shape and their face shape changes completely. So that's step number 2. So if you're just joining us, Jason, Susan, Kaylee, if you're just joining us, what I'm doing is showing everybody my favorite 3-step regimen for anti-aging, particularly right now, because I've been going through some major health issues for the last few months. I have not been able to work, which is why I'm on my computer right now, or actually on my phone, doing a video for you guys, because if I fall over right now or pass out or have a seizure, no big deal. I'm not with a client. So like I said, if it happens, don't freak out. I'll be fine, okay? So I haven't been able to work, and the medications that they have me on are making me really bloated. They're making my skin break out. They're making me look really dull. They're making my eyes really dark. They're wreaking havoc on me. They're aging me very, very quickly. So I'm combating this by doing my 3 favorite things. One is the micro peel, which if you go back to the beginning of the video, you can see me do. There is a massive special on that product and on that tool. I'm going to talk about those specials in my client VIP page. If you want to hear about them, just comment on this video below and say add me to your page, and I'll tell you about the specials. I just can't announce them publicly on this video, but I can talk about them in my private page, okay? And then the second one is that ozone tool. There's also a special on that. Again, I can't announce it publicly just due to corporate rules, but I can talk about it in my VIP page. And the third thing I'm gonna do is gonna be the black peel off mask, okay? The black peel off mask. You guys have probably seen these because they're all the rage right now. Now, I will tell you that some are better than others, but they're all based on the same concept, charcoal. So you're probably familiar with charcoal, and if you're not, let me tell you a little bit about it. Charcoal does a lot of things, but mainly its purpose in cosmetics is to detoxify. Phone sliding is to detoxify and to pull out. What did I do? My phone's doing crazy things. It's to detoxify and to pull out crazy stuff from the skin and to pull out impurities from the skin. So we make this awesome brightening charcoal peel off mask, okay? So it looks like this. Sorry, mine's a little dirty. And I'm gonna grab a bottle of it and I'm just gonna put it on. It's black, it's literally black. So don't freak out when you see me put it on because it looks a little scary, okay? And you just apply it to dry skin. You apply a pretty thick layer because when it dries, you're gonna actually peel it off. It'll dry kind of like vinyl, like a rubber vinyl. So you want it pretty thick so that you can grab hold of it to peel it off. Make sense? So I'm just gonna go ahead and apply this real quick here on one side of my face. When I apply this, I'm going to make sure I get it close to the eye, but not actually on the eye. It will help to remove any of those little tiny, like little white spots right around the eyes and help clear out the pores there. Definitely want to get the nose because I can't wait to show you guys how this actually pulls the pores and clears out the pores on the nose. It's really fun to watch. Steph Beckett, are you still with us? Because I know your daughter made the coolest video of hers and it turned out really neat. And it was really neat to see when hers came off, everything that came out with it. It was really cool to watch. So we're just gonna apply it up here. Do avoid your eyebrows when you put it on because it gets kind of stuck in the hair. I mean, not that it's gonna wax off your eyebrows or anything, but you know, just because it's kind of a pain. So if you can avoid your eyebrows, that's cool. To be truthful, I'm pretty sloppy when I put it on. Most of the time, I'm actually being kind of neat for you guys, or trying at least. So we're just gonna put that on. So what's in here is a few different things. Like I said, it's mainly gonna be based on charcoal, and that charcoal is going to detoxify and purify the skin. But it also has a bunch of brightening properties in it that will brighten the skin tone and pull out anything in it that dulls it. So if you deal with any type of pigmentation issues like sunspots or acne scarring, or on my skin you might have seen a lot of like leftover redness from old blemishes, things like that, it will help to get rid of those uneven spots or sunspots, or some people call them age spots. They're the same thing. It'll get rid of those really nicely for you. It'll brighten up the skin tone and even out the skin tone really nicely. It'll just make you absolutely glow. Okay, so we've applied. So I've made a big old mess out of myself. So I'm going to let you guys just see this here for a minute as I've applied it. Now, this does take about 30 minutes to dry, so I'm going to go ahead and shut off the video now because I don't think you want to talk to me for 30 more gosh darn minutes. And to be honest with you, I'm getting pretty tired. I need to go take some of my meds and lay down for a little bit. And after this dries in about 30 minutes, I'm going to come back on live again. In the meantime, I'm going to hop into my VIP group and I'm going to tell you guys about the specials on these products, okay? So I will look forward to seeing you again in about 30 minutes, and you'll get to see me actually peel this thing off like a big old piece of rubber, and I'll let you guys see all the like whiteheads and blackheads and stuff that come out with it. It's really cool to see. All right, I'll talk to you soon. Bye.